everybody, this is Lisa, Paper Lace and Bling. Welcome back to my channel. And we are going to work, as promised, on the Voyage Beneath the Sea on the display. Okay, so I have a few things here that you're going to need. Excuse me. You can do anything. You can even do this with paper, but I have some faux leather. And we did, I got this from Dollar Tree years ago, but, well, 3 or 4 years ago. But I bought a lot of it, so I'm trying to find things to use it up on. But I thought that this would look nice, you know, like this, like it's a trunk that, you know, that had all its little straps and everything to hold it on, and I'm gonna wrap it around the edge and bring it down underneath so that it will be nice and secure. But I also thought, how cool would it be to have something on it that looked like brads without having to put brads on everything? So this was from the Dollar Tree, those little sheets of plastic beads that they have. So I'm going to put that onto this and then put this onto this. I'm going to first paint black. That's why I went ahead and used the black faux leather. If you don't have leather, you can take strips of cardstock. You can take rope. You can take a very thin ribbon and get the same look, because we're going to paint over the top of it. So it doesn't really matter the color of it or anything. So you will need a paintbrush, some water, Fabri-Tac. I've got black paint because I want this to be nice and dark. And of course I've got some paper towel for the technique that I'm going to be using. And apparently that's got a piece of my hair on it. Sorry! Alright, so let's first get these prepped, and I'm going to do one for you. And I'm just going to, well, here's the one that was a leftover piece. And I don't need all that. It's just some glue stuck on the edges here. There we go. All right, that all came off pretty easily. So I'm going to use Fabri-Tac to glue this down, and I'm also going to use Fabri-Tac to glue the leather onto the chest here. So I think it feels like my Fabri-Tac got a little messy in travel here. And clean off that edge. Okay, so this, see how long of a piece. I just eyeballed cutting this, let's see, what is it, 5/8 inch into 3 somewhat identical size pieces. So, and then I just want this, and I don't care that the little hairs are on the end. I think that will add to the raggedy look that I'm hoping to get by painting over all this and such. Okay, so there's that piece, and then I think this one will do the entire rest of the piece. So just running. All right. Too many sticky things that are sticking to me. Okay. Just a little strip down the center. There we go. And then take one of these off. I don't care I actually would prefer the glue not to come off on it, but it did get some. Not that worried about it. All right, so just continuing this down the center. Get off of me. So I did want to explain to you guys the shirt that I'm wearing, because I know you can read some of this that is on. Well, okay, little background information. So my husband says that I would argue with a stump. And I probably would. And so, and my son says the same thing, my oldest son, Michael. So they got together and found this shirt and got it for me and just could not wait for me to get it at Christmas time. So this was a Christmas present to me a couple years ago. And, some of this skittered off center for me. So yeah, some of this, this shirt is like a big, you know, a fun joke in our house. Although my husband swears that I would argue with a stump. Yeah, if I thought I was right and the stump was wrong, which it usually is. Tell me, ladies, am I right or am I right? Yeah, so anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this. Yeah, here we go. I don't want to use my snips for this. So I'm going to cut this in these little strips. I don't think I'm going to take it over the top, but I am going to take it over underneath. So I do want, while the glue is still wet, I want to take off these bottom two. Yes, I used my teeth. That was kind of gross. You always need a third hand. Don't ask me what I'm doing, because I don't know. I'm just so glad to be back in my craft room doing some fun stuff. I've been anxious to get this project done, and I'm sorry that I didn't get it done before I left. That was my goal. So anyway, back to the t-shirt. Okay. So, yeah. The shirt itself says, I'm not arguing, I'm just explaining why I am right. Which is what I do. I don't know. So yes, this is the big funny in my house. Because they'll start talking and I'll say, do I need to go get my shirt on? Because I will. I'll go get my shirt on. And oh, no. We get it. We got it. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to get my tweezers. I'll flip this around. Now, I think you can also use wood glue if you don't have a Fabri-Tac-like substance. And these you don't need to have anything perfect, because this is something that's under the sea for years, and it's just not going to, you know, still be intact. As a matter of fact, we could distress this a little bit. Like, cut off a chunk. Of course, I'm getting glue all over my scissors. See, now there is a chunk cut off, just barely holding on. I must have gotten most of the glue off this top piece. Yes, I did. all on my scissors. Okay. And again, if you get a little extra glue on there, that's not really going to make any difference either. And then just curl that under. And I do at least want it to try and be straight. That's, you know me and straight, guys. It does not always happen. Okay. That looks pretty good. Alright, so now I need for it to go along the back here. And I may, let's see. Yeah, I may have just enough. Yay! Alright, so let's go ahead. We have coming off the top, and down, and no, we're not going to have enough. That's okay. Let me just go ahead and leave myself a little bit of a I'm going to take this. There we go. Let's ink this up. And normally you would have buckles where they buckled them together. I'm not going to deal with that. They fell off years and years and years ago. Yeah, we're not going to worry about the buckles. They just came off a long time ago. They're not going to be helpful. All right. Pick up with my tweezers here. Okay, so now people are not going to see that much of this, but it will be visible. So, you know, if you don't want to do it in the back, don't worry about it, but it will be visible. So, let's see, what do I have for this? And actually, I think I'm just going to use this. I'm not going to use any more because I can put something back there. It won't be a problem. All right. Alrighty, and here we go. So yeah, so that is my story about my shirt. Slide this over a little bit more. There we go. I thought maybe you guys might enjoy that. Little bit of knowledge there. You know, I am going to finish it out. I just not any good at not finishing things out. Even if you're not going to see them, it matters to me. So there we go. Come on now. See, the clay is a porous material. It is absorbing that liquid out of the glue and then bonding with it. So, and so I said wood glue works on porous materials as well. All right, so I just need a little snip. So right about here. And I have three of these. Whoopsie. Is that going to be enough to get me to the bottom? Couple more. Just a couple more. So where is, here it is. Just gonna grab 2 more. Take them off. Take them off of the backing and add some glue. Okay. There we go. Then I'm just going to take my glue, add some to it. Such the mess sometimes, this stuff. Okay. Then we're going to just kind of butt that up and push it around. There we go. Okay. So while we let that dry, there we go. Get that glue out of the nozzle so it doesn't just keep erupting. Oh, and then this popped back off. Now listen, I need you to pay attention to me. So I am now going to, I got my water and I've got my brush. And I've got some paper towel. I can move all the rest of this out of my way now. Clean up on aisle 5. Okay. So I do believe that this part is dry enough that we can go ahead. That's why I have my mat out. I don't think I really... Now I'm doing black first, but I don't want it to be black. I want the black to get down into the crevices. And then I'm going to wipe it off. And you can't let it sit too long on the clay because the clay starts absorbing this stuff immediately. But I do want it down in those cracks and crevices. Okay. So this is going to be not a real quick project, but we are going to reap the rewards of our work. I might have to get more of a stencil brush for this because I don't want to ruin my favorite little brush. It's kind of just an all-purpose brush, but yeah, let me go and see if I can find something that'll work a little bit better. I need like a stencil brush, and I don't have one. Wait a minute. Yes, I do. This one right here. Got a little pink on it, but I don't think that's gonna show any. Just wet it. Alright, let's try this. I don't know if I'm going to like that better or not, and it... Okay, we're going to try this one for a minute and see, maybe if I just have more glue on my brush, I will get this down into the nooks and crannies better. But boy, does it look like old wood. I am really pleased with the look that I'm getting off of my clay bits. Just be gentle now, remember. Just be gentle. That looking cool? Woo! There we go. Now we're going to work on this. Just do a little section at a time. I'm not worried about wiping it off of my strap. Just not worried about that. Just trying to get the paint down in everywhere. This one I might have to get a little teeny brush, which I have right here, and put that down in the keyhole. There we go. Yeah, I want a little bit more of that black paint off of there. All right, some more paint. So I'm going to finish this front part with you, and then I will get the rest of it done and come back and show you what we're going to do next. A little on the messy side, but oh so worth it. Oh so worth it. So far, that's what we've got. I am loving it. Just loving it. All right, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and... This is a good crafting day when you get dirty. Love it. I'm going to go ahead and finish all of the box. And then we will come back. Okay? All right, guys. Back into the flash. Okay, so while I was waiting for everything to dry, I went ahead and went through and picked out some really good, yummy things for us to play with. I found a shield, but I mean, it's like, wow, gold. So I'm trying this Waverly Antique Wax. Got it from Walmart. It is a brown. Excuse me. I don't know that it actually says a color on it. Just antique. So I guess that's the color. And I actually have some natural sponge. You know, we used to live in Florida, and our one of our good friends is a shrimp boat captain. So he actually, he's not allowed to sell them, but he gave them. He gave me one. So he usually puts it back in if it's not damaged. But apparently this one was damaged, so he said it wouldn't have made it anyway. So, all right. So we are going to, I did the back of it to see if I was going to like it. And I do. So I'm just pulling out a little bit of paint and then getting it onto the sponge surface and just hitting this where I want. And, you know, I'm not wanting to cover all the black up. Where there's, you know, quote-unquote metal pieces like the handles and the, I want to come back in with some, you know, patina type color. But I really think I'm going to like this. Of course, it's not dry, and I've got my hands all over it. But that's a good crafting day. Let me give this a little bit more support. Okay. See, and I even like some of this white showing. I don't want a huge amount of white showing. But like where I've wiped it off and it looks almost kind of milky. But I don't want any of that white showing. So I am also kind of trying to cover up some of that stuff. Make sure you get the edges as well. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. I put way too much, but I'm thinking, I don't know if this is going to work, because this is like, wah! So I might get some alcohol inks. Let's see, where are my alcohol inks? Here we go. Let's see what we got in here. Now this is Mineral Pearl. Let's see what this looks like. Ooh, boy, is that pretty. Oh my gosh. Just gorgeous. It pulled up something that I had. I do want to see on this. Let me just try and get some of this with goo on it and see how that works. Because you don't want everything bright and shiny. So I'm going to leave that like that. Clean up my space a little here. Now this piece is really pretty, but it's, you know, it's very, very gold. So I wonder, what else do I have? I think I also have a patina one in here. That's citrus. Mushroom. Now that's gold. These are supposed to have I think these are supposed to have balls in them. Mixatives, gold. Shake vigorously until mixing ball rattles and pigments mix. Yeah. It's time. Cleanup on aisle 5 is coming up. We're going to be going through all of the things that you have to do to maintain your products that you already own. Oh, I hear the ball moving around a little bit. See this? That's what it's supposed to sound like. Whoopsie. Drop it on the floor, throw it against the wall. Of course, now it's rolled away. Oh, goodness. Where did you go? There you are. Oh, goodness. I need to sweep. But we're not going to worry about it right at the moment. Too many other things. Sorry, that was loud. Well, let me get this going. I'll be back in a sec.